1 minute. One minute. So before previously in the last 2 classes, all of you can see here. Sharing some screen. See. Today, previously 1 or 2 topics in the first chapter are left, but without discussing that one, we have started the stack concept. So in the stack we have brief introduction. So what do you mean by stack and what the operations are there, everything we have done. But in the first chapter, 1 or 2 topics which we have left behind, we should what we call we should learn first about them. Then only the second chapter of stacks we can understand very perfectly. That is the algorithms or the programs, everything, the examples, the uses, the applications where we use the stack. All this can be understood very easily if we what we call if we study the some concepts in the chapter 1. So in the first chapter we have studied what are the arrays, what are the variables, what are the what do we mean by data structure. Some topics we have studied already, but one or two topics we have left behind. That 1 or 2 left behind are string definition. Okay, that is we stopped about 1 minute. Is everybody audible? Am I audible? 1 or 2 message me. 1 or 2 people reply me. Am I audible? Hello? Am I audible? Okay, okay. Okay, so we will the 2 or 3 topics which we have left behind are strings. One of the major topic that we have left behind is strings. Okay, we will study now. So what do you mean by string? String is nothing but a array of characters. Strings are actually, as you can see the definition there. Strings are actually one-dimensional array of characters terminated by a null character /0. Thus, a null terminated string contains the character that comprises the string followed by a null. So, if you take a character that is char or something, some char, some student name. So, I can write if I declare a variable for a character that is char x, then in x I can store only one alphabet. Whereas in a character array of characters, so you can see here in the at the mouse which I am showing, you can see here. You can see there, char greetings 6. So it is a array of characters of 6 variables. So first variable is first character is H, next is E, next is yellow, next is L, next is 0, next last one is /0. So if I declare any character array ending with /0, then it is a string. So the following declaration and initialization creating a string consists of the word hello. To hold the null character at the end of the array, the size of the character array contains the string is one more than the number of characters in the word hello. So in hello, how many characters are there? 5 are there. I will add one more character, that is /0. Then I will make the array of characters as char greetings of 6 is equal to HELLO/0. So that is the array of characters. Instead of writing every time some char greetings of 6, something like that, I can declare in a simple way, in a shortcut way, string greetings is equal to hello. String greetings is equal to hello. For example, you can see here. 1 minute. String greetings is equal to hello. So if I declare like this, automatically it is equal to char greetings of 6 is equal to HELLO/0. Instead of this one, I can declare like this also. String greetings is equal to hello. Then automatically at the end of hello, /0 will be inserted. When I declare something like string greetings, a character array of greetings will be created. In that one, what will happen? Hello, HELLO will be stored, followed by last character as /0. That is null character. So this is a string. So in one word, what I can tell is string is nothing but a one-dimensional array of characters terminated by a null character /0. So if I declare if I do not declare like string greetings, if I declare some char greetings of 6, there is no need to keep /0. We may put or we may not put. It is an optional. But if I declare something like string greetings, automatically by default at the end of hello, /0 will be stored. So that is a small difference. So nothing to bother about that one. But in one word, what I can tell is string is a one-dimensional array of characters terminated by a null character /0. Okay, so I think you have clarity about the definition. Okay, next we will see some operations on the strings. Those will be useful in understanding the stack operations and the applications. Some applications are there about of using stacks. There also we can use this string concepts. Whenever you are familiar with the string concepts only, you can understand the applications. Okay. Okay, 1 minute. See. 1 minute. So now we will see a small program like string printing program in C. See, you can see here /includes stdio.h. So I think once again I will remember you what do you mean by /include stdio.h. std means standard input and output. .h means
header file. What do you mean by header file? It is a library of files which contain some library of functions. See, in our college also there is a central library. And again, what we will do, we will having some textbooks, one or two. Each student will be having one or two textbooks only. All the main textbooks, all the main copies will be stored in library. That library copies will be shared by all of the students. All the students of faculty will not maintain all the copies of what we call books. Only each person, each student or each faculty will maintain only a few. But in library, we have number of copies of different publications of different authors. What we will do, if I want at any time some book, what I will do, I will share that book for 1 or 2 days for with me. I will keep that one. Again, this book will be shared by other person. In the same way, some important functions which will be used again and again by different programs will be stored in library function. So whenever in our program I want some function, I will inherit from this library. I will take from this library and use that one. For example, if you take printf, printf is a function. The function definition and function implementation will be already declared in stdio.h. So whenever I kept slash include stdio.h, automatically that printf definition will be included in my program. So you can see here. Next. So I think all of you understood by what do you mean by slash include stdio.h. The slash include means including the library functions, library file. In that library file, some library functions will be there. Function definitions will be there. I will be using that definitions whenever I want. There is no need to write again and again all the definition of that function. If the slash include stdio.h is not there, I have to write the definition of the function, the implementation of printf, whenever I use that one in our program. So instead of that one, I use slash include stdio.h. In that one, already every implementation, every declaration about that function is there. So include means automatically it will be included in my program. So now you can see int main. You can use int main or void main. It's nothing, no, there is anything you can want. If you write int main, then you should give something like return 0 or return -1. That is int means what? Return type. So main means main function. Just I'm remembering you because I think most of you have somewhere in the first year have studied. So small programs also I'm initially explaining you so that you can remember them. So int main, in that one char string, see char str of array. See here, no, nothing was mentioned, no count was mentioned. Char string str, no count was mentioned in the bracket. See here in the mouse, no, at the mouse which I am showing, see str of left bracket, right bracket, that will left square bracket, right square bracket. In general, what happens? Char str of 6 or char str of 10, something like that we will declare. 10 means what? 10 characters are eligible for the array. If I declare here 6 characters are eligible to store in this one-dimensional array of characters. But if I if I don't mention any value here, that means by default what? Any number of characters I can store in the array of this array of string str. This is a array of characters and the name is str. In that str array, I can store any number of characters. So here you can see char str of open brackets, close bracket is equal to hello world. So you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, followed by null character. So 12 characters will be stored in array str. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So 12 characters will be stored in array of string, that is our array of characters str. So again you can see here printf %s slash and str. You can see if you in the previous when you have learned about C, %d means if I want to print any integer, I use that %d. If I want to print any character, I use %c. But if I want to print any string, that is array of characters, I can just write like this %s. And if I mention str, that means the string name. If I mention the string name, array, the name of the array of characters str, then automatically the whole array will be printed. There is no need to print one by one what we call each character, though it is a what we call what we call though it is an array, there is no need to print each one. Okay, just if I mention percentages str, the whole array will be printed. Okay. 1 minute. So next one, what I can do, you can see the another program. Why I am discussing the small programs is so that you can understand easily. 1 minute. So the next program is string length program. If I want to know the length of the string, what I should do? So that you can see here, /include str.h. That is the library function I included. All of you know. Next into main that you know. Now char s1 empty brackets is equal to Taj Mahal. Next int I is equal to 0. So you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 characters are there in the string. 8 characters are there in the string. TAJ, Taj, 3 characters, Mahal, MAHAL, 5. 8 characters are there in the string. So now I will be starting from the first element in the array, and I will end the counting when I encounter /0, because every string will be ended with /0. So I should count the characters before /0. How many characters are there before /0? If I count that one, I will get the length of the string. So you can see here the small loop while s1 of I not equal to /0 I plus plus. While s1 of I not equal to /0 I plus plus. So I will start at initially s1 of 0. I is 0. So s1 of 0, is it equal to /0? No. Is it is equal to t. So I will enter the loop and I do I plus plus. So now I is 1. So you can see here s1 of 1. S1 of 1 means what? A. It's not equal to /0. Again, I will increment I plus plus. So in the same way, this loop will be run, it will be executed. And where at what point I will stop here? S1 of 8, S1 of what we call them. At S1 of 8, I will stop. S1 of 8 means what? What we call S1 of 9, S1 of what we call at s1 of 8 I will stop, because s1 of 8 is the character is L. Next s1 of s1 of 8 the character is /0. s1 of 7 is L. s1 of 8 is /0. Whenever I encounter s1 of 8, it is equal to /0. Whenever it is not equal to 0 only, I will enter the loop. But it is equal to 0. So I will exit the loop, that is while loop. I will exit and come to the next line. Printf length of the string is %d. See here, %d. Why I am using? If I want to print any integer, I will use %d. If I want to what we call if I want to print any character, I will use %c. If I want to what we call print any float, that is decimal pointed number, that is 10.50, 10.53, something like decimal pointed number, that is known as float, I will use %f. So for different printing of different variables, I will be using different notations. Just I'm remembering all these things. I think many of these things you have studied in first year, but now in third year. So just I'm brushing up. So you can see here, printf length of the string %s is %d. %s, what is %s? Si. What is %d? I. So again, in the last step, return 0. So what will be the output? Length of the string Taj Mahal is 8. So you can see the answer here. Length of the string Taj Mahal is 8 because here 8 characters are there. Okay, next. So one more program. I think what you have to do is you have to practice all these programs. Unless you practice these programs, you can understand what they mean by a string. More in the C&DS, the subject what you are having lab also and also theory. But what you have to do is you have to practice more the programs. If you have practiced the more the number of programs, more the things you can understand. That is, you can do the lab also easily, and also you can write the what we call theory paper also very easily. So okay, 1 minute. Okay. So string length program is over. Practice, you have to practice the programs. Then only you can answer very easily all the questions. 1 minute. Okay. 1 minute. So now the next program is counting the variables in the string. If I want to count how many times some character A is repeated in my string, Taj Mahal. In Taj Mahal string or the array of characters, that is Taj Mahal, how many times J is encountered, how many times A is encountered, how many times L is encountered, that I have to know. So this is a string program to count characters. I want to any character I can count. I may count A, or I may count A how many occurrences A is there in the array of characters. Yes, or in Taj Mahal, some string is there, Taj Mahal, so something some Mumbai name is there. In that string, how many times Eluru, every CRAD, every string, how many times particular character is encountered, particular character is there, how many times is there. If I want to know, I have to use this program. So you can see here /into stdio.h, all of you know, int main, all of you know, char s of is equal to Taj Mahal. This is the array of characters or string, the string which I will be using for input is Taj Mahal. Next, char ch is equal to a. Now I will be what we call um, I will be seeing how many times this a is encountered in the string Taj Mahal. How many times this a is encountered in Taj Mahal. Next, int I is equal to 0. Next, count is equal to 0. Next, while s of I not equal to slash 0. See, first what I have done, I have initialized three things. The input is string s is equal to Taj Mahal, character ch is equal to a, and the initial values is I is equal to 0, count is equal to 0. This is count is equal to nothing but the counter which I will use. Now see the loop. While s of I not equal to 0, not equal to slash of 0. So initially I is equal to 0. So what where I will start at s of I means I will s of 0 means I will start at t is not equal to slash 0. So I will enter the loop. In the loop you can see here, if s of I is equal to ch, that is a, s of 0 is t, it is equal to a. No, both are not equal. So I will not increment count. So again, I will come to the next step. I will do I plus plus. Again, I will enter the loop. That is while s of 1. Now initially it is 0. Now I incremented I. Now it is s of 1. S of 1 is a. Is not equal to slash 0. Yes, it is not equal to slash 0. I will enter the loop. If s of 0, s of 1, that's if s of 1 is equal to a. If s of I is equal to ch, that means s of 1 is equal to ch. So you can see here, 1 minute. I will write so that you can understand here. Initially, what we call s of 0 is equal to a. That we have seen. Now in the second iteration, what I will be doing, s of 1 is equal to a. Yes, see, s of 0 is t, s of 1 is a. So both are equal. So what I will do, count plus plus. So count is at this step, count will happen. What is called count is equal to 1. So count will happen 1. In the same way, I will be iterating the loop until the end of the string. So end of the string is slash 0. So whenever I encounter slash 0, I will stop there. So you can see here, a. 3 A's are there. So the count is 3. The count is 3. I think all of you understood this one. What you have to do is you have to practice. Unless you practice, you can't understand the programs. All these programming languages, subjects, you have to practice. Then only you can understand the things. I will be just telling something, but end of the day, you have to practice. 1 minute. So it is a continuation. If count is greater than 0, next, if count is equal to 1, printf %c appears %d times in %s. So that will tell how many times a character a is there in the string Taj Mahal. Else printf %c appears %d times in %s. Same, it is also same. If count is not equal to 1, then I will tell this much times. If count is equal to more than 1, I will print the a is appeared, a appears 3 times. Else, if it is not there, so what I will do, percentage that character is not there in the string, I will tell the last one. You can see the else loop, that is else condition. %d did not appear in percentage yes. For example, if I am searching some P for pink in Taj Mahal, what will be the output? P did not appear in Taj Mahal. That will be the output. P, for example, 1 minute. What will be the output? P did not appear in Taj Mahal. This will be the output. If I am searching the character P in the string Taj Mahal. But here, what I am in the, but the output, the input which you have given is A, small a. So automatically A occurred 3 times in string Taj Mahal. So the output is A appears 3 times in Taj Mahal. So that will be the output. So next program we will be seeing. 1 minute. See, next program is string copy. I want to copy a string from one string to another string. I want to copy the array of characters from one array to next one. So there are two, for example, if you see the example here, char S1 is Taj Mahal. What is char S2? Just I declared 8. That is the value is the number of elements that I can accommodate is 8. S2 of 8. So here I will tell int length is equal to 0. So what I will do, while S1 of length not equal to 0 is not equal to /0, what I will do, I will copy each character from string S1 to S2. So you can see here the loop here. So S1 of length, initially S1 length is 0. So S1 of 0, what is S1 of 0? T. I will copy into S2 of 0. Next, S1 of 1, I will copy into S2 of 1. What is S1 of 1? A. I will copy into S2 of 1. So after copying, what I have to do? I have to increment the length. So because in the array, each character by character I will be copying, and I should what we call increment the index of the array. What is the index here? Length is the index. So I will be incrementing that length one by one, one by one, one by one. So after in that manner, starting from T, I will store next A, I will store J, I will store M next A, H, A, L. I will be copying all these characters in the string S1 to S2. So that loop is over. After copying, what I have to do at the end of the string S2, what I have to do? I have to keep /0 to make it as a string. So after that one, S2 of length is equal to /0. That is S2 of 8 is equal to /0. I will terminate the string. So if I want to make any array of characters as string, I have to keep /0 at the last. So at the last of string S2, I have kept a /0. Now printf S1, printf S2. So value of S1 is, so what will be the output? You can see on the screen. Value in S1 is Taj Mahal. Value in S2 is also Taj Mahal. So that is the value. So the time is over. So I will be stopping up to this one. Again, tomorrow we will be seeing some more string functions, and next one to topics are there. After that one, again, I will take up stacks and explain the applications and program of stack. Previously we have just discussed about the concept and algorithm. I will be taking the program and applications of stack. Before that one, we will be studying the concepts of strings, and one or two small topics are there. So that to understand the array and the applications of stacks and queues and the coming topics, you have to understand perfectly, we have to know some minimum points about strings and arrays perfectly, or abstract data types. Then only you can understand all the applications of stacks or queues or else. Okay. So today we'll be leaving this one. Thank you. Thank you, all of you.